How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the Positive Mindset Podcast, where we come together to raise our vibration, lift our perspective, and build that positive mindset. My name is Henry, and I'm so thankful to have each and every one of you here today because in this episode, we're going to talk about how everything, absolutely everything in your life is happening for you to be the highest version of yourself. But before we get started, we're going to take a few moments to slow down, zero in. We're going to take some deep, healing, meditative breaths to help us align on the frequency that we want in our lives. So you can pick a word. It can be love, joy, happiness, abundance, whatever frequency you want. And we're going to take a deep breath in. And as you're breathing in, you're going to say that word over and over and over again. Really charge yourself up with that energy. And then as you're holding your breath, visualize yourself doing something in that frequency. And once you exhale, anything that no longer resonates with you will leave you and you'll be in a more positive state. So let's go ahead and take a deep breath in. And out. We're going to take another deep breath. This one's about alignment, about getting ourselves in receiving mode so that we can receive the message that we need to hear to get us in that positive state. So just imagine that you are surrounded by the most healing, uplifting energy that's meant specifically for you. It could have a certain color, a certain taste, a certain smell, however you imagine it. And when you breathe it in, it's going to charge you up. It's going to break down the negativity, the blocks, the weight, everything that's just been holding you back. And once you exhale, anything that no longer resonates with you will leave you and you'll be in a more positive state. So let's go ahead and take another deep breath in. And out. Well, before we get started, if there's something that resonates with you in this episode, if you're on Spotify or YouTube, you can actually leave a comment below. Not only does that help me understand what it is that you take away from these episodes, but somebody else might read that and it might inspire them to give this a listen. I want to make this the #1 mindset podcast in the world, and the best way to do that would be together. So whether you leave a comment or share it with somebody that might impact them, it means the absolute world to me, and I could never thank you enough. But let's dive into today's message. So how is everything happening for you? I'm going to use the most real world example of how I realized this, or this was reinforced with me just this evening when I'm recording this podcast. It's nighttime, so I've had a full day. It's actually Friday when I'm recording this. So it's been a full week. So much activity, so much things going on, family, kids, work, all of it. It's the evening on Friday night. The kids have taken a bath. They're in the bedtime, and I'm looking around at the house. There's so much to be done. The food needs to be put away. Bottles, drinks, all that stuff need to be cleaned. The dishes, the dirty clothes, everything. There's just so much that needs to be done. Plus, there's still work for me to do. I know you felt that before, where you just see it and it's like overwhelming. There's so much stuff to do in your life, whether it's physical things like doing this or mental things you need to face or process. And amidst all that, I knew I had to record this podcast, but it was weighing heavy on my mind. And so do I complete all this stuff, get it done, and then clear my mind? Or do I clear my mind amongst the chaos? And that's what I realized. I must clear my mind amongst the chaos. Because if you wait for things to be perfect, then you're not really enforcing who you can become. You're hoping that the external will reinforce the internal. It's never going to be that way. This is why everything's happening for you. So I took a few minutes. I came up here to record the podcast, and I have notes through the week of what I want to record, but I wasn't looking at them. I closed my eyes. I'm thinking, I'm breathing, I'm meditating, I'm slowing down, and this sentence came to my mind, and this sentence is for you, it's for me, it's for all of us. There is work to be done. And in my mind, it was, there's work to be done, Henry. And I heard that message, and at first I'm like, okay, yeah, I know there's work to be done. I have to do all this stuff. And then it played again. There's work to be done, Henry. And I thought about it. It's like, I know, I've got all this stuff to do. I'm trying to erase that from my mind. But then it came again. There's work to be done, Henry. And I realized that was the higher self. That was the highest energy, love, God, your higher spirit, whatever you want to call it, speaking that there's work to be done. It's not just that actual work, but this is all a gift of growth. It's all a gift of growth. There is always work to be done. When you're complaining about the work, you're complaining about the gift. The gift is the work. It's a gift because when you go through it, you grow. Even in the laundry and all those things, I have a chance to alter my perspective. It's all happening for you. Even the simplest things like cleaning your house to the biggest things like relationship issues, health issues, financial issues, the entire world, like all the things that are going on with the economy and wars and all that stuff. It's all happening for you. It's happening for you to adjust your perspective. That's the work that gets to be done. When you start looking at it that way, that there's work that you get to do, there's growth that you get to have, that there's tension that you get to go through to level up, it takes the weight away and switches it. Because all of this is happening to the body, to this Henry version, but it's all happening for my soul, your spirit, your energy. That's the difference. This body, this thing that you're living in, came from the dirt. It's going to go back to the dirt when this is all over. But your soul, your spirit, your energy is always going to be growing. It's always going to be expanding. So yes, there's work to do, but it's work that you get to do. It's always expansion. It's always happening for you. If you feel tired, recognize that it's your body that's tired and you're experiencing it. If you're feeling depressed, understand that it's your body, your mind that's depressed, but your soul is experiencing it. You are not those things. You are the observer of those things. There's work to be done. It gets to be done by your energy. Grow, separate yourself, level up. It's all happening for you. That doesn't make things easier with this perspective, but it gives you understanding. It gives you purpose. It gives you power. Don't ask for things to be easier. Level yourself up to be stronger, because what's the difference? If you could handle something because of your strength, that's the gift. If you need the world to be easier because you're lacking the strength, that's taking away from what you truly are. You are a powerful creator. You are a powerful observer. You create what you observe. So level your perspective so that you can start seeing what it is that you want to create in the world. If you're just looking at the weight of what you have to do, whether it's the stress at work, maybe it's some relationship things that you have to deal with, maybe it's the economy, maybe it's your finances, maybe it's just a dirty house that you have to clean. Stop looking at it as things that you have to do. It's things that you get to do. That's raising your perspective. It's all happening for you. It's all happening for you. Think about two people. One person on the left, the other person on the right. The only difference between these people, they're the same age, same background, same everything, strength, speed, intelligence, all of it. The only difference is one believes to their core that everything is happening to them, and the other, to their core, believes that everything is happening for them. Which one do you want to experience life as? Which one do you think is going to find the most joy? Which one do you think is going to laugh the most? Which one do you think is going to expand and live abundantly? The one that thinks everything is happening to them, that they're a victim, that they don't have the power? It doesn't matter. They have the same background. Say it's a negative background. They both had the same parents that let them down. They both come from the same economic low support where they didn't have it. They both come from lack of education because of wherever it was they come from. They have no advantages except their mindset is different. One says things are happening for me. The other one says things are happening to me. Which one do you desire to be? Everything is happening for you to have this perspective. There's work to be done, but it's always your mindset. It's never the things. You're separate from the things. It's all happening for you. Align yourself so that whatever mountain you're facing, no matter how big, know that the body that's worried about it, the ego, which is probably in the body, is the same as the mountain. If you can move the body, you can move the mountain. Your mind is still in the body. You observe your mind because you observe your thoughts. You're not those. You're the observer and creator. If you can observe, you can create. If you can move the body, you can move the mountain. No matter what it is that you're facing, you have the power. You are the one that can make this shift. You're the one that just listened to this whole episode. Play this episode to somebody that's not open-minded, that's somebody that's not looking for some change, that's not looking to be different, that thinks everything is as it is versus as they are. Play it to them and watch their body revolt against this information. Watch their mind twist as they can't face the fact that there's more to them. You know it. You see it, you feel it, you feel the calling to expand into your energy. Don't let that self down. It's all for you. Raise yourself up. Lift your perspective and become the rising tide that lifts all ships. Well, thank you so much for listening. I hope this episode was impactful and gave you a positive perspective on whatever it is that you're going through. If you want to make sure you don't miss a single episode, make sure you subscribe to my email list. There's a link down below. It will keep you up to date with every single episode. And if you want to follow me on social media, there's my Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook group all down below. I appreciate all the follows there. And if you listen to this episode and you want to level up, I am a mindset coach. I work with people one-on-one to get to that next level, whatever that is for you. If you want the inner peace, if you want the perspective, if you want to move on, this is what I do. I'm currently full, but I will be taking new clients soon. So if you want to stay in contact, there's 2 ways to reach me. One would be Instagram. That's probably the best way. And then there's also a form down below. If you click the link and you fill that out, I will reach back out to you as soon as I have more openings to work together. Well, thank you so much for listening. Have a great day, and I can't wait to talk to you next time.